welcome back to another episode of Crazy Delicious Cooking. We know you missed us, but we're back and better than ever, and for real this time, we mean it. So on today's episode, we are making pumpkin cheesecake. I have wanted to make this recipe for a while now and just haven't gotten around to it, but today we are doing it. The reason that I wanted to make this recipe is I found these springform pans at a place called BinTime. It's like a place where they have all the Amazon returns and you can buy them at real cheap prices.
It's 90% useless stuff, but
it is, let's be honest, it really is. But sometimes you can find some really good stuff there. Like this set of 3 springform pans, and I probably only paid $3 for them. Now, not sure about the quality, and that's what we'll be testing out today on our episode. So we've got the big one, a medium-sized one, and then look at this little small one. You know I love small things. It is so cute. So if we have any leftover mix, we're gonna go ahead and make a little baby one. This is so perfect, like a little individual serving. Oh my God. But today I'm kind of cutting this recipe in half because, to be honest, I really didn't want to buy 4 blocks of cream cheese to make a big one. So I'm going to go ahead and make this size, which is the medium size. And it's just me and Louis, so let's face it, we're not going to eat a cheesecake this big. Louis doesn't even like cheesecake that much. So
I can live without it. But
he can live without it, but he's going to eat it, okay? So we're going to use this medium-sized springform pan, and how you know it's a springform pan is this little latch on the side, and then the bottom pops out. So your cheesecake will be left on here, and you're not going to damage the sides once it's baked. All right, let me put this back together. Okay, so are we ready to get started?
yes.
We're ready. Let's go. So up first for our pumpkin cheesecake, what we're going to do is we're going to make our graham cracker crust. So we will need graham cracker crumbs, sugar, butter, and cinnamon, and we will just mix these all together to form the crust and put it in the bottom of our springform pan. Got it?
Yep, got it.
All right, so I'm going to need a small bowl for my assistant. Miss bossing him around so much. Let's see which one he chooses. Maybe a little bit bigger than that. That'll do, but we can use that one to melt the butter.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to do 1 1/4 cups of graham cracker crumbs. So you can certainly crush up graham crackers. You can make your own graham crackers, but look at this. They make them in a box. We're just going to use these. They are from Keebler. I'm just going to pour them out. Perfect. A little bit of cheating on this one. I mean, who has time to make their own graham crackers? Ugh, or crush up cookies. Nothing. So you're going to do 1 1/4 cup. That's 1. And
Is that 4th?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's a half. You handed me the wrong one,
See,
Louis.
that's what I'm asking.
Thank you. A 4th cup. And then I'm going to do 1/2 tablespoon of sugar. This you can kind of just estimate. There we go. And then I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. There we go. And then I'm going to do a 1/4 stick of butter, and this needs to be melted. So let me see here.
So
I
we'll
think
melt
that's
that.
good. Yep, and we're going to just melt this in the microwave. All right, and then in goes our melted butter. Just make sure you get all of it out. God, I'm going to drop it. There we go. Okay, and mix that together. It's going to be kind of crumbly, but we want it to be that way, and we want it to be a little bit wet so that we can press it in the bottom of our springform pan. So just go ahead and mix this all together. Perfect. So we'll just take some of our graham cracker mixture and pour it in the bottom of our springform pan, and then press it down with our fingers, kind of to make that perfect crust. Wow, really press it down firmly. And try to make it as even as possible. If you like a thicker crust on your cheesecake, you can make it a little bit thicker, but that looks just about right. So I do have some left over, and I might use that for my little mini one. It just depends on how much filling we have for our cheesecake. So I'm just going to set this aside. I'm not going to throw it away yet. I'm really excited to make a mini one. So our crust is pressed in the bottom of our springform pan, and we're going to go ahead and make our filling now. So I'm just going to set this to the side over here. And then the next thing we need to do is preheat our oven to 375.
Yes, boss.
Thank you. It's always Lewis's job to preheat the oven. And then we're going to go ahead and make our mixture. So I'm going to need a bigger bowl for this. My favorite bowl from IKEA. No! Sorry. And we're going to go ahead and start making our filling mixture. So for this, we're going to need 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. You want these to be at room temperature. So these have been sitting out a while. We're just going to open them up and put them in our bowl. Okay, and then we're going to do a little bit over a half, like 0.6 cups of white sugar. So that's a half, and then we'll just do a little tiny bit more. That looks about right. Okay, we're going to do 2 eggs. The eggs also need to be at room temperature, so these have also been sitting out a while. There we go. Then we're going to do a 1/4 cup of sour cream. So I've got that ready here since I dropped the sour cream on the floor before we started this.
You cracked it.
And it cracked the container open. Whoops. So that is a 1/4 cup. And then we have our vanilla extract, and we are going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, and we're going to get our hand mixer and mix this all together. It's going to be creamy and delicious. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mix this all together. I'm kind of scared to turn the mixer on. Okay. There we go. Oh. That looks good. I don't want to beat it too much. Looks like I'm going to have something to make a mini one. I'm so excited. Alright, this looks pretty smooth. It's blended really nice. And then we're going to go ahead and put our pumpkin puree, our pumpkin pie spice, and our flour just right in here and kind of just mix it in and blend it really well. So I'm going to do my flour first, and it's going to just be an 1/8 tablespoon of flour. So just a really, really small amount. Not really sure how I'm going to measure this. An 1/8 tablespoon. That's a tablespoon. If we cut it into an 1/8.
Yeah.
Okay. And then next I'm going to add my pumpkin pie spice. And I'm going to do just 1 teaspoon of this. There we go. And then I have my pumpkin puree. This is a 15-ounce can. We're going to need 8 ounces. So 8 ounces of the pumpkin puree, which is about half of this can. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and fold this in. All right, I think that is combined enough. Yeah? All right, so all my ingredients are combined. It's going to be this pale pumpkin color. That's as smooth as it's going to get. And all we need to do is transfer it over into our pan with our crusts. Perfect. Okay, so our oven just beeped that it is preheated. And what we're going to do is, for your pumpkin cheesecake, or for any cheesecake, you need to have it in a water bath cooking. So you're gonna have to have another dish to put your springform pan inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and already put this in here, right in there, before I put my filling in. And that way I can just pour my water and pop it in the oven.
Now,
That looks
isn't
pretty
the water
good.
gonna get inside here?
It shouldn't if it's a good springform pan. I don't
If the
know.
water gets in there, that's the end of it.
Babe, stop. Don't crush my dreams. God, I know I got this springform pan from BinTime, okay? We are hoping it's gonna work. We don't know yet though. Now we're worried. Did we put it back in right? I hope so.
Yes, we did.
And the last step before popping it in the oven is to put it in its water bath. So we're gonna have this come up about 1 inch on our springform pan of water. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in. Like I said, it's gonna be 1 inch. Okay, so we're gonna put our pumpkin cheesecake in the oven at 375 for 1 hour, and we'll be back in an hour to show you how it looks. In the meantime, I'm gonna make my little mini one first and then put that one in too. Look at that, I'm doing it right. Ooh,
Yeah.
1 hour on, perfect. Ooh, let's make this mini one. So excited to make this mini one.
It's too much crust.
No, it's not, Lois. You don't even like cheesecake. You don't know. You need a good crust on your cheesecake. Oh God, I hope these springform pans work. I got them at BinTime. Oh God, I should have got them at a reputable place.
They look legit though.
They do. Ooh, this looks so good. This looks so good. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Ta-da! I've been wanting to make this for a while now. I'm so excited. We actually had success so far. Oh. All right, so we're back. It's an hour later and our cheesecake is ready to be taken out of the oven. And you're gonna let your cheesecake cool for at least an hour, if not more. It has to be completely cool before you take the springform pan off, away from it, and of course before you serve it. So let's go ahead and take it out. My assistant will do that part and see how they look. Ooh, there's my mini one. That looks good. My mini one got a little bit cracked on the top. But my big one, ooh, that looks perfect. So our cheesecakes are here, kind of just chilling and cooling on the tray. We'll let them go for about an hour and then we'll be back. And we're back. Our cheesecake has completely cooled. It has separated from the edges a little bit, so that'll make it easier to take it out of our springform pan. But before we do that, we're gonna just get our presentation ready. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna dust our plates with a little bit of powdered sugar. All around the plate, all around the plate. That looks good. We should be able to do the other one. Okay, and then I had a little bit of whipped cream, heavy whipping cream. Now, of course, you can go and buy a whole thing of whipped cream. I just did it because I know that we're not ever going to eat whipped cream. So I had a little bit of heavy whipping cream left from something else that I made, and I used my beaters and I whipped it up into whipped cream. So I'm just going to get a little Ziploc bag, and then once we take this out and cut it, I'm going to pipe it right on top. Personally, I don't really like my cheesecake with whipped cream, but I think it's because the whipped cream from the store is a little bit too sweet, and I tasted the batter in this and I don't think it's going to be too sweet. So the fact that this isn't too sweet of a cheesecake and the fact that the whipped cream isn't too sweet, I think I'm going to be okay with it. Alright, so I just have it here and it's just a little bit, like I said. I'm going to go ahead and put this in a bag. Alright, and we'll snip the end off then when we're ready to do the whipped cream on top. Okay, so now it's time to open our springform pans. We're just gonna unlatch it and transfer it to another plate, and then we'll cut them up and serve our pumpkin cheesecake slices. So let's go ahead and open this up. All right, so I'm just gonna unlatch our springform pan. And carefully remove it. That looks perfect. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Perfect. Can do the small one. This is my little mini pumpkin cheesecake. Look at that. Woo! Delicious. Let's go ahead and slice this up. I'm just going to turn it a little bit. This looks amazing. That. Okay, our pumpkin cheesecake is cut and put on the plate. I'm gonna snip this a little bit here and just pipe some whipped cream right on top. Perfect. Wow, that looks good, Louis, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yummy. So our pumpkin cheesecake looks like it turned out fantastic. We cannot wait to dig in and see how delicious this really is. We hope that you will try it out for yourselves by following our video and following the recipe in the description below. Don't forget to always subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and right here on YouTube. So thank you for joining us on another episode of Crazy Delicious Cooking, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
There we go. And then I'm gonna do a 1/4 stick of butter, and this needs to be melted. So let me see here. A 1/4 stick.
Hang on, I got
It's
stop.
1, 2.
A 1/4, babe.
It's a 1/4. Okay.
Oh my God.
Right? There's 8, and then 1/2, and then a 1/4.
Right.
Got it!